continues to improve. The combination of McDonald and Newsome set 2 club records for Ozzie this past Sunday. We'll talk about them later. Additionally, the Browns' running game showed signs of improvement. However, the defense, for the first time in several games, didn't really come up to its standard for a couple of quarters. The Browns' special teams had more problems, and a couple of chip shot field goals were missed. The end result of all this is that the Browns are now 1-6, with only 4 other teams in the NFL having the same or worse records. Over 55,000 fans were at the stadium last Sunday to watch the action. The Jets started right out, driving down the field with this Johnny Hector 64-yard run. Look at Hanford Dixon close on him. 3 plays later, it was Freeman McNeil diving in for the touchdown as the Jets draw first blood. Following an exchange of the ball, McDonald finds his favorite target of the day, Ozzie Newsome, who makes a great diving catch. Then Big Mike Pruitt dives over for the touchdown to even the score at 7-all. The Jets come right back with this Pat Ryan to McNeil pass, good for 6 yards. Tom Cousineau making the stop. On the next play, it's Ryan again with this bullet to Bobby Humphrey for 19 yards, and that ends the first quarter. Ryan then finds Mickey Schuler open and hits him with this aerial, and Schuler makes a good run for 32 yards. Pat Leahy boots a 30-yarder to put the Jets on top, 10-7. Browns fail to move the ball, and McNeil rambles 8 yards for another touchdown, widening the margin. Jets 17, Browns 7. Then the Browns make a nice drive, which is capped by this Mike Pruitt 1-yard dive for the score. It is 17-14, the Jets leading by 3. On the Jets' next drive, Pat Ryan is rushed, and the ball, as he tries to get off a pass, is knocked up into the air. Dave Pazzulli will grab the pigskin for an interception and then will lateral to Chip Banks. However, the Browns fail to score, and the half ends 17-14 Jets. Midway in the third quarter, the Browns drive with this McDonald to Willis Adams pass, good for 24 yards. Three plays later, McDonald finds Ricky Feature and hits him with this 14-yard bullet. Barr then splits the uprights with this, his longest career field goal, a 49-yarder to tie the score at 17-all. The Browns defense gets things together and swarms on Hector for no gain here, stopping a Jet drive and ending the third quarter. Following a Barr field goal, Ryan is intercepted by Eddie Johnson to stop a scoring threat. After an exchange of the ball, the Jets move with this aerial to a wide-open Johnny Hector, good for 26 yards. Don Rogers drives Hector out of bounds to finally make the stop. Three plays later, it's Tony Page diving in for the score, putting the Jets out in front 24-20. With 5 minutes left in the game, McDonald is driving, but Mark Gastineau begins to surface, and he'll drop Paul for an 8-yard loss. A couple of plays later, it's McDonald looking to go long, and Gastineau will sack Paul again to end the Browns' hopes for victory. It's a 9-yard loss, and the Jets go on to win 24-20 as Mark Gastineau celebrates somewhat. Ozzie Newsome's performance last week. If it were a one-man show, then Ozzie Newsome's team would obviously have been a big winner against the Jets. Newsome has caught at least one pass in 73 straight games. And last Sunday, he surpassed a career mark of over 5,000 yards, moving him into 4th place on the Browns' all-time yardage list, passing up Reggie Rucker. Ozzie also set a club record of 14 catches in a single game. He finished the day with 191 yards, another club record.
Pass is complete to Newsome. Diving for the end zone. They'll say no. They'll give him 7 yards to the 1. And as you see, he has now moved over that magic 5,000-yard plateau.
It was a good performance for me, and maybe it was a great one, but I like to take wins. You know, I'm a team guy. I give up all 14 catches and every yard I got for a victory today, because that's what it's all about. It's winning games and getting to the Super Bowl, and that's what I need the most in my life.
Number 82, Ozzie Newsome, back in the ball game. McDonald looks for him, and he catches it. Ozzie to the 40, to the 30, inside the 20, and a flag goes down.
The game plan was to slow gassing it down, which I think we did. You know, except for late in the ball games when we had to get away from it a little bit. But we did decide that we were going to use some control passes, and they were going to try to use me underneath. When you play against 4 linemen and 3 linebackers, there's a lot of area underneath, and those are areas that I work.
Now, that was true because the ball to the outside receivers just wasn't there as much today as it was to you in the backs.
Right. Well, they play what we call a double zone, and when you play a double zone, you're playing it to really to protect your corners, because they got some young corners, but to really take your receivers away, and they want the tight ends, the backs to beat you, and that's why I was able to have the game I did.
The Browns trail by 4, so they have to go for the touchdown. Ozzie Newsome. There is a new club record for the Cleveland Browns. Greg Buttle with the tackle. His 12th reception. 172 yards for this man.
We got some young guys on this team, and they see we keep getting close, and you wonder, well, you know, how long can they stick it out? But we got some viable veterans, and we know that, hey, we're not out of it yet. You know, every time we lose one, it seems like other people lose one, and we still 2 games down. So if we continue to work hard, things are bound to start changing for us.
Do the Sunday nights get longer and lonelier?
Yeah, that's true. A lot more frustration. But Monday morning do come, and then you always can start looking forward to the next week.
It was a great performance today, the best of your career, and it's been a great career.
Thank you, and it's going to get better. You know, I'm frustrated right now, but it's going to get better.
You said Ozzie Newsome was the key for the Cleveland Browns. Did you realize how big a key it is? It's a key to the city.
And there's one other achievement we'd like to mention again, and that is linebacker Eddie Johnson, who grabbed his first interceptions in his NFL career, his first and second, as a matter of fact. Johnson is now the 2nd leading tackler and assist man on the Browns defense.
Johnson has his 2nd interception of the game.